Hi, this is Linda Welsh from Linda Welsh Realty Group. I wanted to chat with you today about the pros and cons of working from home. Many of you are new agents, some of you are seasoned, and you're trying to make decisions on your working situation. And it may have changed. And certainly our business has changed over the last several years, especially in the past 3 years. We've seen people who've really had to change the way that they worked, and sometimes they found out that it really worked for them to work at home, and for others realize that they really do want to go back into an office. So let's talk about some of those advantages. For those of you that do have a brokerage that you're working for where there is space there, and you want to rent from them, or maybe have a cubicle or a space, you may be paying for that space, and that may be worth it to you. I would say that one of the things to consider is your commute time and whether or not you can put that commute time to good use. When I'm in the car, I always like to make phone calls. I find it's one of the best times for me to get a hold of people because surprisingly, I seem to have less distractions when I'm driving. So if you can put that to good use and it's not too far a commute for you, then maybe working in an office is a good idea. It also allows you to collaborate with other people in the office and maybe attend some office meetings and things that you might not otherwise be available for. Now, the pros of working from home, on the other hand, can be several. Obviously, you won't have that commute time, so you have recaptured that extra time. You do have to have a space to work in, so that is something to consider. If you're living in an apartment or a smaller home, then perhaps it's difficult to carve out that space. Depending on the part of the country that you're in, maybe you have basements, etc., and maybe you don't. Here in Texas, we don't have basements, so having a separate office area or a nook or a hallway or a loft area is ideal for your workspace. Secondly, there are some really good things to consider tax-wise, and I'm not a tax professional, so please reach out to your own tax consultant. However, you should be able, if you're working primarily from home and that is your place of business, then you should be able to deduct a significant amount of expenses, which may include a rent or mortgage payment. If there's a mortgage payment, you may also be able to deduct a certain amount of your utilities and upkeep, whether that's pool upkeep or lawn upkeep, utilities and mortgage payment. So that could be a huge financial gain, again, as well as being able to save time, and time is money. For me, I work at home, and it's been working very well for us for years. We did used to have office space, and it was great, but we found that we were able to pass on the savings that we save from working from home onto our agents, and so that's something to consider. And then you need to figure out what your home situation is like. If you have young children at home, if you have pets, if you have somebody else who's working from home, maybe this will or will not work for you. So you need to consider your own situation and whether or not you're going to have a lot of distractions. There's distractions that can happen at home. There are also distractions that can happen in an office. We all know that if you're working in an office, it's not uncommon to have people try to come in and have a chat with you because they think that you're just there to spend the time with them, and sometimes that leads to a lot of distractions and difficulty getting the things on your must-do list done for that day. So I ask each of you to really look at your situation, see what makes sense for you, and if you have any questions, please reach out. Again, it's Linda Welsh from Linda Welsh Realty Group. Would love to talk to you about your business. Thank you. Bye.